Hello everyone, Stephanie Yee here. I'm one of 3 faculty members on your bargaining team, along with Dave Brown and Senya Lubicic. We're also joined at the table by Robin Devitt, our CTA staff consultant with decades of years of experience in California community colleges. We thought it important to give you a quick update on where things stand. So first, a little context. Our current collective bargaining agreement expires this June 30th. If all goes well, the next agreement will run from July 1st, 2026 through June 30th, 2029. For those of you who are newer, the CBA is your contract. It defines things like your workload and evaluation procedures, as well as protects you from unilateral changes, and even gives you a clear way to resolve problems if they arise. It also sets professional standards for both supporting faculty and student success. It's also helpful, I think, to clarify roles. So the Academic Senate focuses on academic and professional matters like curriculum and 10+1. Your union, CCFA, negotiates salary, benefits, and working conditions. And we work closely together to ensure both things are covered. Our initial proposal came directly from faculty input. That includes feedback from your area reps, weekly contract committee meetings through the spring and fall of 2025, a faculty survey, and one-on-one conversations led by our CCFA president, Gerhard Peters. So now the timeline. So CCFA sunshined our initial proposal on October 14, 2025, to get ahead of the June 2026 expiration. The goal was to start bargaining in fall 2025. The district didn't present their proposal until January 2026, which was over 3 months later. We held our first bargaining session on February 9th during winter intersession, followed by 2 more sessions in March. Our 4th session is on April 13th during the week of spring break. And then we have 3 additional sessions scheduled, 2 in May and 1 in June. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Dave Brown, our bargaining chair, to walk you through what's happening at the table. After Dave, you'll hear from Senya about Article 7 and then a little bit from our president, Gerhard. Thanks.
Hi, everyone. Dave Brown here, your bargaining chair. I can tell you first and foremost that although in many ways negotiations have only just started, in many ways they're also not going very well. Starting with our having sunshined a proposal to the district all the way back in October of 2025. And then November came, and the district had no proposal. We finally got a proposal from the district, sat down with them in February, went through our own initial proposals. And so the district's new attorney, this fellow named Randy Erickson, proposed the outright striking of our Article 11. And in proposing the striking of Article 11, which is our dispute procedure, that's for when there's a disagreement between parties, administration and faculty, that doesn't rise to the level of a contract violation. And so we want to settle the dispute and have it adjudicated by potentially a higher level administrator. The district's argument was that we've done such a good job of solving problems in a collegial manner that we don't need this article. We don't need a dispute procedure because we do such a great job. This dispute procedure just ties our hands. It's kind of bizarre because it hasn't tied our hands. It just guarantees that if we weren't doing a great job solving things collegially, that we would be guaranteed an audience with administration. We strike that from our contract, that guaranteed audience goes away. The association's not going to be agreeing to that. But all in all, I've sat across the table from 5 chief negotiators for Citrus College. This is the first chief negotiator for Citrus College that does not lead the district's discussion on negotiations. Now, granted, he's newer to our college, and perhaps that makes him not as ready as one of the district's more long-standing members. But having said that, the district's long-standing members aren't leading the discussion either. It's being led by Randy Erickson, who's an attorney, who's not a Citrus College employee, is not subject to Citrus College on-the-ground political goings-on. and knows nothing of our culture. But he is writing the proposals. He is leading the discussion of those proposals. And although I won't name names or cite the specific example right now, in at least one case has proposed stuff that the district's team was not aware he was going to propose. So that smacks as a pretty big deviation from established norms. Most recently, the district proposed sweeping changes to Article 15. Article 15 deals with leaves, sick leave, personal necessity leave, bereavement leave, catastrophic illness leave, any reason why you may need to be absent, whether it's long-term or short-term. And in their proposals, there's two pieces. They want to change the divisor by which the hours of earned sick leave for extra duty are converted into days. What they have proposed is inconsistent with law. It's illegal, according to Ed Code. That it was proposed by their attorney gives me severe pause. Further, they have proposed that extra duty earned sick leave beyond 12 days per year, meaning the first 10 that you earn automatically, and then an additional 2 that might come from being earned by performing extra duty, whether it's winter intercession, summer intercession, or simply overload. We are entitled to extra sick leave, contractually and legally, according to how much work we've done. The district has proposed that you could earn additional sick leave, but if you don't use it in the year you earn it, you forfeit it. Now, as it currently stands, earned extra duty sick leave gets added to your accumulated sick leave and ultimately can be converted into service credit upon retirement, wherein 175 days equals a year of service. And if you retired after doing some good service for the district, perhaps you put in 30 years, and you had 176 days, why, you would be owed an additional year of service, and you'd go out with 31 years of service credit, affecting your earnings for the rest of your life. Well, it just so happens that the district, upon your retirement, would have to pay the state teachers' retirement system for those additional sick days that you earn. Yeah, they pay you when you perform work. This is a form of payment. The district wishes to take it away. I find that troubling. We've had 3 meetings with the district, having begun by sunshining our proposal in October. They stalled, and now they're proposing nonsense, some of which is illegal, in order to forestall the meaningful work that needs to be done in areas of the contract that matter to all of us. How classes are scheduled, Article 5. How much labs are worth, also Article 5. Perhaps they simply don't want to have those difficult conversations. Perhaps they want to run out the clock so that faculty become desperate for a salary augmentation for which they can offer something puny. Clearly, the district's interest is in getting a contract done in a hurried way, having forestalled the meaningful work that could have begun in earnest quite some time ago. So all this is to say, the district is very calculatedly and deliberately causing us to spin our wheels when we could be doing substantive work. And what's regrettable about that, ladies and gentlemen, is that your faculty team comes to the table prepared not only because we know we want to advocate, prepared for knowing what we would hope to achieve and what we might accept, but importantly, prepared to deal with the district in good faith, with honesty. I would encourage you to stay tuned. Pay attention when your association leadership reaches out, when your local rep in your area reaches out, and be ready, because we might need you.
Hi, I wanted to talk to you about Article 7 in the contract. Article 7 addresses academic freedom and intellectual property. In this round of negotiations, CCFA has added language to give protections against the use of AI. This doesn't mean you can't use AI. What we are asking is that if AI is going to be introduced into any of our campus systems, that faculty be made aware and that CCFA have the opportunity to bargain for any work-related consequences. In online, my particular concern is that AI tools need to be trained, and I do not want faculty's own intellectual property to be used to train AI tools unless that faculty member has intentionally decided that that is what they wish to do. These are some of the things that we are trying to address to make sure that your working conditions and your intellectual property are protected.
Colleagues, thanks for watching this video. I'm a little bit concerned at the direction bargaining has gone, not because of anything our team has done, but because of what I think might be misplaced priorities on the part of the district. The district has essentially outsourced their bargaining to an attorney named Randy. And here we are now at the middle of April, almost spring break, with the final exams coming up already in about 6 to 8 weeks. And frankly, I don't think that we have a contract anywhere near completion, largely because the district through Randy has decided to present priorities such as suggesting we should get rid of our non-discrimination clause in our contract, such as suggesting that we should get rid of the dispute procedure clause in our contract, things that we would never agree to. Even suggesting, although it hasn't been yet a formal proposal, that maybe we shouldn't continue to have binding arbitration in our contract, something we certainly would never agree to. You know, as we move forward, we really need a chorus of voices. I know that me, Dave Brown as your bargaining chair, the rest of the executive board, we've been your voice for a while, but we can only do that for so long. We need to now have a chorus of faculty joining with us. Your reps and members of the E-Board are going to be out there reaching out to you, as will members of our new organizing committee. Thank you very much.